Hi, I'm Chick Henry, proud recipient of the Rare Spares Legend Award. You know, I've built quite a few cars over the years, and I know what it takes to build a full restoration or build an award-winning show car that's more like a piece of automotive art. And you know what? I wish I'd had access to professional advice and instruction on how to fit some of the parts I needed. But now, through the Rare Spares Shed Talk series, we're proud to bring you the latest information on products and the best installation techniques for you. So keep an eye on the Rare Spares website, and on behalf of Rare Spares, we're so proud to be able to bring you the Shed Talk series to help you build a fantastic car and enjoy your motoring passion.
Shed Talk, brought to you by Rare Spares.
Welcome to Shed Talk. In this edition, we're going to show you the correct way to install Bailey channel in an LH Torana door. If it's being used as a replacement, you do need to drop the door glass in the door and remove all the old Bailey channel before you start. In this edition of Shed Talk, we're going to fit Bailey channel to this LH Torana. We're assuming that you have got all the old parts out. You can't have any glues or any Bailey channel stuck in the actual frame of the door at all, otherwise it will not fit. The trick to it is you pre-cut the lengths of Bailey channel to suit the door. So a rough overview is to hold it up in the corner. Peering through the gaps inside the door, you can figure out where the track will run and finish. Once that's done, you cut the material off. If you're half an inch too long, doesn't matter. The next thing you have to do, and I prefer to do this, you mitre the corner at 45 degrees. So when you put it top and bottom together, it's a snug fit. So you never have wind noise or water leaks. If you're not good at this, you need to practice it. So using a pair of scissors that are actually comfortable to use, you trim the corners off, then you actually make a start. So you can put the Bailey channel into position. In doing that, as in top and bottom, you actually push it back up to the corner so it's a snug, tight fit. So if it ever shrinks, there's less chance of having a gap from coming up and being shown. The tighter it is, the less wind noise in the car when you're driving it, as well as keeping water out when you wash it. The process with this is then to wriggle it into the channel by putting the rest of it inside the door and then working it with your fingers to make the channel drop into it, or the Bailey channel into the channel. So if you're not sure, you can then, if you happen to have one of these devices we have here in the Shed Talk facility, you run it up and down so it sits directly into the frame. At worst, a blunt Phillips head screwdriver. You can actually put it in there and you run it up. You can actually see the screwdriver pulling the rubber and has a wriggle. So if it's sitting out, it would be a problem. You can't go further with this until that looks as if it's sitting hard against the paint on the door. So once that one's in position and you're happy with it, you move to the next part. Same thing with this. It's a matter of cutting a 45-degree angle. You can always retrim this, so it's not an issue if you make a mistake. So starting on the underside of the top of the door, again, it can be a bit fiddly to push into position. But doing that, you've actually moved it back towards a corner so there's not a gap at all on the mitre. And if you are too long on the inside of the doors, you can trim it off if need be. It can even be slightly short, because the window will never fall out. can use a roller or a screwdriver as you go, bit by bit, so from there to there, just to make sure it's seated. It's nothing worse than Bailey channel not sitting right in the door. In most doors, they have a bend or a curve, and you usually use the old original Bailey channel if you have it. So if there's any notches or relief points in it, I've actually pre-done this, we'll show it to you shortly. So when that goes around the corner, it bends nicely, it doesn't gather and bunch up, because that causes problems for your glass to run in the track with the regulator.
When cutting your Bailey channel for bends, please ensure not to pass the knife too far through the channel. This will encourage premature wear.
You'll know how well it sits too if you have it in position, because normally the Bailey channel will sit against the door frame or the painted surface. If you look down, there's a gap like this. It's not quite in position correctly, and normally it's just a matter of a push on one side with a tucking motion, and it locates into position, then you're right. So that's basically the Bailey channel in position. If you're unsure, you can always pull it back out and reapply it. But making sure that you start with the pressure up into the corner so there's no gap. So when you do install the glass and the regulator, it should slide up just so nicely and become a snug fit. So it should not be water or wind noise coming through it. So that's basically it. So that's Bailey channel for a Torana door.
On behalf of Rare Spares, I hope we will be of value to you and your car building passion.
Shit Talk, brought to you by Rare Spares.